Hello, Perla Kyoto here. I study reality, what this reality is, what life is, etc. So today I'm going to be talking about confessing one another our transgressions. Now, does anybody transgresses? No. Is there sin? No. We can think that it is, but thinking or believing that there is a transgression, or there is such a thought, there's such a thing, or there is sin, leads one to a certain type of reality. Everything that we can ever think of, everything that exists has a function. But what is the function of that which we are using? What kind of body does it create? What kind of energy does that create? Where does that lead one to? We can think, yes, there is a sin, and we can live thinking that way, and that is fine. That is totally fine. But the thing is to study where that goes, so that, yes, when you believe something, you are letting it enter yourself. You are letting it enter you, You are letting it enter you, and then it creates your body in a certain way, and it creates your actions. It creates everything you are because it is intelligence, okay? And it enters you, and then your body, right, is working with that. Now, my thing is to create emancipation from beings that think that, or that let us think that they are higher than us, or that we should obey or listen to them and pray to them and beg them for something. Do we have to do that? No. What that does is that it creates an imbalance in our reality. It creates an imbalance within who we are and also within them. And that opens the doors, because these are like portals and stuff, to be controlled, and then for them to control. Okay? If you have any questions, please ask. So, confessing one another our so quote unquote transgressions or sins, which we don't. Okay? Nobody does sin, but we can think again, all right, that we do. Why do we do that? That is to study and understand what it is that we're dealing with. When I go ahead and hate somebody, and I leave that within me, and I'm not sharing what is happening within me, I'm not talking to the person that I hate and tell them, listen, I hate you, let's talk about this. Okay, if I don't do that, that is opening a portal within me, which is going to create me to be a certain way, and it creates separation between the person that I hate and myself. That is what that does. So we need to communicate about that. It's either I hate them, I'm upset at them, or anything like that. Let's talk about it, okay? And these kind of energies, they like to stay covert, meaning they like to hide. Oh no, I don't want to tell her that. And then we're just letting it fester. It's cooking. It's doing its thing within ourselves. And then we're wondering why our relationship is the way in which it is. Why our reality is the way in which it is. And mind you, when we allow this within ourselves, then what happens is that it also turns into this person, and we're hating, and right, and then we're bickering within one another, and then we're being hypocrites to one another. There's just a lot of things that happen. So might as well go ahead and communicate about that. Do we have to? This is the thing. I'm working on creating a new world. The new world is transparent. We are talking about everything that is happening within us and who we are. We don't associate with what it is that we're feeling. We know that all is self. Absolutely all is self, but we have to know how to use it. If you have fire in your house, right, or you have a stove, you have to know how to use the stove that is within your house. You have to know how to cook with that stove, for how long, right? You have to know not to leave other stuff around it because it's going to create fires, right? Other flame, oh heck, you know what I mean. Other things that creates more fire, right, around it. We have to know how to work with these things. Otherwise, we're going to get burned. We're going to burn our house. We're going to burn everything around us. All right, it's the same thing what's happening in our world right now, and that's why we see quote-unquote chaos around us, because we don't know how to work with these things. So we study what those things are. Absolutely everything about the self when it comes to the feelings and the thoughts and everything that we are. With our relationships, we study all of that because that is important to know how to use it. We're not dealing with any old thing. Absolutely nothing is just any old thing. I like to study these things, and I see that they're very technical, highly functional at best. Even a person that is ignorant, a person that may look stupid or anything like that, that stuff is highly important and highly technical. It's technical. It's intelligence. Although it may not look like it is intelligence, it is. Intelligence could show you the dumbest thing, but the dumbest thing is intelligence, okay? So we are to know how to work with these things. And when we think, you know what, there's nothing that is important, absolutely everything is important. And thinking that it is not important is what led us to where we are right now, because we don't know what the hell is going on, right? So confessing. If I get upset at somebody, or somebody gets upset at somebody, go ahead and tell them, listen, I am upset at you. Or you don't like them. I don't like you. But I want to start working with this. I want to understand what that is, right? Why is it that I don't like you, right? And also within the self, one studies, why is it that I don't like that person? And then see how it is that you feel within your body as you don't like somebody. What kind of body is that creating? What kind of person is that creating? What is that doing to your thoughts, to your feelings? What kind of health is that creating? What kind of mental health, physical health, right? Or physical, maybe I cannot say, maybe I can stop saying health. Like, let's say the looks of it. Right? Physical appearance, mental appearance. How does that look? Right? We can feel whatever it is that we feel. We can allow anything that we allow, but we are to know exactly what that is. So, this live is based on James, the book of James. Let's see here. Listen, if you have any questions, please ask. James 5:16, which says, therefore confess your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed. Okay? Now, healed, or to have knowledge. Okay? I transform the meaning of a lot of things. Okay? Because if we want to be experts of reality, first we are to study what the reality is, what the feeling are, what the functions of everything is. We are to know that. What does it do to our body? And we have to be very connected to our body to know what that does as well. Okay? So we do need the body. Study the beings, study the people. Okay? Study God or gods. Study them. What is happening? You have any questions? Is there anything you don't agree with? Go ahead and study. Study the energies that create God, the energies that create the people, the energies that create nature, the circumstances, the actions, everything. Study all of that. So when it says healing is to create cognizance of what something is and to make it the way in which we want to make it. Because it's not that anybody is ill. There is no sickness. What is happening is that we're using energies that create that what we call sickness, but it's not sickness. It's a type of energy, or it's a type of intelligence with a function, which anybody can have, right? But how is it that we can study that so we don't have to have it if we don't want it, right? So healing is for you to in my world, is for you to know how to transform something to something that you want. That's what healing is to me. So to create healing so that you're not suffering from that, so that you're not ignorant to what the function of that is and ignorant to how to change it, so that you're not that anymore. Prayer. Do you have to pray to any being? Absolutely not. If you know how to work with energies, you don't have to pray to any beings. And what happens is that some beings are tricksters and so-called liars, okay? The beings that we have had codependent on become tricksters and become liars to us, okay? There is no being that is higher or bigger or anything than anybody else. If you know how to work with energies and you know how to understand everything that exists, that perception or cognition of there's a higher being becomes obsolete to you. Becomes totally obsolete to you. And then you're no longer enslaved to that being and to the energies that being is creating itself with, but that you know how to transform it, right? So you don't have to pray to any being. What you do is that you communicate with the energies that are creating the issue. You communicate with hatred if you're hating somebody. So you don't go to a third party. You don't go to a third party. You go to the source. And what is the source? Hatred. And that's what we do. We work with hatred. Okay. Oh, hatred. Why are you with me? The feeling within the self that one can feel. Or that one can feel from another that the energy is coming. That the energy is coming. Hi, love. That the energy is coming from that area to this area. Excuse me. I haven't finished doing my hair. It's still like, hey. I don't know, Papi, Mommy. So, huh? Yeah. Right now I'm busy, so I can't ask him.
I like your hair.
Thank you. So, so we communicate directly to hatred. We communicate directly to anything that we're feeling with somebody, and then we go ahead and talk to that person so that we both know how to work with the energy that is happening. Okay? The energies are the ones that are creating us. So they communicate. The hatred communicates. The sadness or the dislike or whatever the heck communicates. It's creating also the body. It creates a certain kind of body. Right? So it is important to... Hi, baby. How are you?
Horrible.
Okay, listen. I'm doing a live right now. I'll talk to you in a moment, okay? All right.
Love you, Mama.
I love you too, honey. All right, so...
What do you mean?
Okay, my children just came back from school.
Before
And,
you see this.
Okay, listen. Talk to me in a moment, okay?
My phone?
Yes, I know. I'm just reading something real quick. Okay, therefore, confess your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed. The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. So when you communicate with... Go take off your uniform, okay? Okay, cool. When we communicate with the energies and we know how to communicate with the energies that are causing what is causing, and we know how to transform it, hey, you're free. You are a free being. A free being from those kinds of architecture or the way in which the energy is formed. Okay, you change that, and what happens with it should be in the room. I'm gonna here, okay? So you become free from that, and you are learning to transform things, and you will not be enslaved to that which you were feeling, and your relationships, of course, are going to be the way in which you want it. And you guys are helping yourself. Your relationship is going to be stronger, more meaningful, and you will be able to trust each other and to trust yourself, because you know how to now work with the energies, and to trust your world, because you can transform your world. It all starts from the inner. I just made a post about the new world, what the new world is, right? Now, years ago, I saw a vision that the world, or the land, the soil of earth, was like the wave of the sea. That this one is transformable, is recyclable. And she is like magic. She is earth. Is like versatile. Okay? It could be raining in one place and not raining in the other. It could be violence in one place, not violence in the other. Some people can be suffering, quote unquote, right? But suffering is a type of technology. It's a type of intelligence that we choose to get into, but we don't have to get into that. But if we are deciding to be ignorance will lead us there. Like, it will lead us to suffering. And that's what ignorance does, okay? But ignorance is an intelligence. So we have to understand what is the intelligence that we're carrying and where does that lead us, right? And then how to dismantle it, how to transform it. I'm repeating myself, right? I'm repeating myself, but what I'm trying to say is communicate, don't hide. Because we hide things. We feel something against somebody, we want to say something and we don't say it, then that creates an issue for us, okay? It creates a certain type of reality. It's not that there is a problem or anything, but it creates a certain type of reality. And then because we haven't been paying attention, we don't know how to change the reality. We don't know how to change the circumstances, the feelings, the thoughts, the actions, the bodies, right? You can give half to Eddie, okay? Thank you. So that's just what happens, right? Okay. What practice? Let me see if there could be a practice that I can tell you. Okay. If you are feeling something about somebody, it could be hatred, or even against yourself. If you hate yourself, because that can happen, okay? What we're hitting are the energies that we're creating ourselves with, one or two or a few, or the energies that somebody else is creating themselves with. That usually, if we dislike somebody, it's because we have that as well. Therefore, we can see it or feel it. So you can go ahead inside your body as a practice, and then think about, if you dislike somebody, or you've done something to somebody and you want to go ahead and say, excuse me. You want to go ahead and excuse yourself, or anything. Just go ahead inside your body and think about that. And then see how that makes you feel. Pay attention to your breathing. Pay attention to the thoughts that is happening within your mind. Pay attention to everything that is happening within you. So this may take longer than what I'm saying here, okay? These are just some instructions that you can do. And then look into the future. Look into the future. Look at what the future is, what the current situation that you're feeling, how it thinks and what it makes alliance with. What does it pull to itself to create a 360-degree experience for you, my darling? Okay. So it could be, okay, I hate somebody. I don't want to talk to that person. Maybe their family is not going to want to talk to you. You don't want to talk to their family. Maybe this person was just a supplier or the owner of the store, and now you have to go farther from where you go. You feel uncomfortable within your own body. The hatred grows. Then you want to start talking bad about the person so that other people you can, because the energies like to make themselves alliance. They make alliance with other people, with other feelings, etc. I'm telling you, we're not dealing with any old just thing. We're not. Like, we're really not. This is how we find ourselves in a big situation, and we're like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know where to start, right? So we take a look at that. And then what we see after a while, we see decay. Decay of the relationships, decay of, we people are starting to just keep to themselves. You're going to start keeping to yourself, and then people are going to start distrusting one another, etc. Like, these are how this stuff grows. This is why we are in the situation that we are right now. as a people, like, practically in general. Hi, how was school?
I wanted to play with your daughter.
With whom?
Your daughter?
Oh, my daughter. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Because I want to see her.
You could just call her through the door, okay? You could call her through the door. So, Gloria.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah.
Gloria!
So yeah. Anyways, so you continue doing that, and then you go ahead and communicate with that which you are feeling inside. Because how do you want to feel inside? First of all, if you're, huh? Yeah, but right now I'm on Facebook. So
I broke my phone.
you do that.
I didn't break it.
You communicate with the energy that you are having,
Can I have my phone back?
and you decide, okay, is this what you want, right? Because the first one that gets the benefits of what it is that you're feeling is you, my darling. You become the source, because you have allowed the source to get inside of you. You become the source of the hatred. You become hatred itself. You are the first one. And it's already eating you up. And then it communicates to the other ones, and this hatred acts through you. But you can dismantle that. You can change it. It's a decision. If you decide to be hateful towards somebody or anything like that you're deciding, you're the first one enjoying that, my darling. You're the first one enjoying it. It isn't inside of you doing its thing. I mean, it's just wonderful how things work. It's just wonderful. I know myself. I'm creator of a lot of stuff. I know I'm creator of a lot of stuff, right? I mean, everybody is, but my stuff has been tricksters and stuff like that. Who I've been, and in fact, still parts of me are. But I am studying the heck out of myself. And it is a decision whether I want to be what or what. It's not anybody else's decision. I cannot blame anybody. I cannot blame God, or people think the devil, or anybody. I'm the one that chose it. right? We have little critters flying around. Oh. So yeah, that's what I want to say. You know, you communicate with that, and then you go ahead and transform it. You tell them, listen, I don't want to have that type of relationship. I don't want to have that. And then you bring forth peace into your life. You know, you can breathe whatever the heck you want to breathe. You can activate whatever you want to activate within your being so that you can have that experience. You can do that. All right? And you can change anything you want. Any questions again, please ask. And you guys enjoy.